So Mrs. Mops' house is going on auction again, and people are saying that this is the real reason why she has decided that she's not returning to the mummy club due to uncertainty of her house. Now, in 2023, it seemed like the Mops family were owing about 9 million to Nedbank allegedly. So technically, Nedbank is the one who sought out the auctioneers, and the highest bidder at that time was 5.8. However, Nedbank said they want the full amount, and they never reached a settlement with the bank, and the Mops family kept their home. Now, what was interesting is this all occurred just after season one had taken place. So, when she came back for season two, she did address it with her helper, and they basically were talking about how harsh people can be and how black people are like waiting for another black person's demise. And even if she was going through that situation, why will you be so happy that I'm losing my home? Because it's the home that me and my kids like are literally living in. And I understood what she was saying. However, I just don't like how she made it seem like the whole situation didn't occur. And in season two, she actually never filmed in the house. Now, I don't think she didn't film in the house because she didn't have the house. I think she was just not allowed to film anymore due to the fact that the auctioneers were now involved. Now, basically, on the 25th of February this year, the auction will take place, and it's going to take place from 3 to 5 during the day. However, if you want to view or register, you need about 20k. So that's most likely why she wasn't allowed to showcase the house, because now if you want to view the house or see the house, you need to pay for it. And obviously, if everyone can just see it on TV, then what's the point of having that viewing fee? Now, once people view it and they see if they like the house or not, then they're going to be part of the auction team on the 5th of March. And this is the date where the house in Waterfall in Pretoria will be sold. Now, I'm sure most of you guys are like, hi, bo, 20k fee for what? But unfortunately, they don't want chances. They don't want a full house just for nothing, because they don't want their time to be wasted, remember? So they want serious buyers. And obviously, if you can't afford a 20k fee just to register, then you are not the target market anyway, because for them 20k is like 1k. Now, this is a beautiful double-story house with numerous rooms and staff quarters. But the reality is, when you look at buying a house through a bank, it is quite costly. And I was actually having a conversation the other day with a friend about how when you buy a house, it's maybe like 900k, and this is the normal suburb. And then when you look at going through a bank, the amount of interest is actually even sometimes double the amount that you actually are paying. So maybe it's like 1.5 of interest, and in total you've paid almost 2 to 3k when the house initially was 900k. And you pay that over 20 years, so you're technically in debt for over 20 years that you have to pay a certain amount. That's most likely 7 to 8k that you are paying every single month. And then you still need to pay rates separately. You still need to pay water and electricity. You still need to maintain that house, because in the last 20 years, the cupboard is not going to stay strong. You still need to fix things which need to be fixed, because when you buy a house, it's not always perfect. Things need to be sorted, and that needs money. You still need to buy furniture. You still have other expenses, cars. If you have kids, you still need to eat, etc. So it's like you in a lifelong debt, because the mortgage amount is such a high amount. And that's why people prefer being in a 2-person household, because at least one person can take care of the house and one person can take care of something else, just to alleviate your amount of expenses. Now, obviously, when we look at the Mops family, they are in a better financial situation. Being able to take out 1 point something million for a normal house is nothing, because Mr. Mops comes from money. But then also, if you look at their status, they like to buy houses and stay in estates and those gated communities, which obviously the house is a little bit more higher. You're talking about a house starting from 14-15 million alone, etc. And then if you also look at the lifestyle they're living, their kids are going to private schools, etc., they have more expenses. So yeah, they end up being in a serious debt, with the same philosophy that I just explained if you had to buy a normal house. Now, obviously, in the comment section, people were like, you're telling me with all that money, with all these years, they don't have other property. Now, I don't believe that. I think they do have other properties, maybe outside the gated community. But I also feel like you don't need to live in like an estate. There are those like areas where it's like stand-alone houses, but before you enter, like, there's an actual security guard, or it's a safe neighborhood where you see these like large houses. Like, think about, like, for example, La Lucia, if you've ever been in Durban, where Sean McKee's house is. It's not a gated community. Anyone can literally drive there, but you can see that the houses are huge, are large, and you can see that people have bought those houses. So if someone like Sean McKee, who, let's not even talk about her tax situation, can be able to afford and buy that home, then definitely the Mops family should have acquired some sort of house and renovated it into this huge mansion that they wanted. They would just be acquired with obviously the every single day living expenses and maintaining that home. So it's kind of wild for me that they actually sponsor buying Gucci bags. They actually sponsor all these expensive flights and just living a very expensive life, but they don't have a necessity like a home where they could have built into like a mansion. You know what I mean? It's just wild to me. And people were also like, okay, but she has businesses. I feel like the businesses that Mrs. Mops has is a cover up for allegedly shady things. Like, give an example of Nala Rain. I don't think it's making her millions of rands every single year. I doubt it's even making her 50k at the end of the month, because who is buying that Nala Rain? Honestly, it's very rare for me to even see like an influencer saying, I'm about to use Nala Rain, or even every single day. I'm not saying people are not buying it, but I'm just not saying that it's making that amount of profit, which is so high that she can literally stop what she's doing and focus on that. And I feel like the amount of money that they make does go back into inventory. So allegedly it could be a cover up for certain things, because that's what these rich people do. They have these businesses as a cover up to saying this is where my money is allegedly coming from, when it is allegedly coming from elsewhere. Now, Mrs. Mops and Mr. Mops' situation really speaks to us the difference between luxury and wealth, and that a lot of people are rich. We are not saying that they are broke, but when you are wealthy, it is looking at the long term of situations. It also opens up to why did she want to get into the whole fame and influencing journey, because a lot of them do come into that space when they want to make money. But anyway, let's just hope that everything goes well and they eventually start getting a home for themselves where they know that it is for their children, because when you do have children, that's the whole point, right? But anyway, do let us know below your thoughts on the whole matter. Do you feel that they have another home elsewhere? Do you think that what the bank did was right? We have come to the end of today's video. Do let me know your thoughts. Love, light. Till next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell down below. Till next time, love and light. Bye.